What should you do when you're cornered by two previous final bosses at the start of the next game? You pick a fight with them, obviously. You want to fight, right?
Do you even realize what you are saying?
Alright, my bad. So it turns out Ansem and Xemnas just wanted to lecture me about my search for Roxas. Let me try to sum it up. Yes, it's lore time. Nobodies are created when someone gives their heart over to darkness, which I technically did way back in Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix, and thus Roxas was born. Then a lot of stuff happened, I had memory issues a couple of times, and he joined back up with me to make me more me than I was without him. Am I making sense yet? Anyway, turns out nobodies, the beings who claimed all along to not have a heart because reasons, actually do have a heart. So since Roxas lost his body, his heart became roommates with mine, alongside at least one other guy. So in order to find him, we need to get him his own apartment. I mean body, because otherwise his heart won't have a place to go. Did you get all that? Good, because it'll be on the test. And yes, I have left out a lot. 13 games, remember? This may be Kingdom Hearts 3, but they're all canon. One complete story. It's times like this where you can tell this is arguably the longest Final Fantasy story in history. In any case, Goofy was the one who actually figured out that there wasn't a problem, since these two had already pulled it off. They were pretty supported when we affirmed their efforts, but then they started talking nonsense again.
Have you finally decided to call upon the darkness?
What?
That's what I'm saying. Well, as expected, negotiations broke down while I wasn't paying attention, and I found myself surrounded by heartless and nobodies. But I was looking for a fight at the start anyway, so...
Now, set your heart free.
What does that even mean? Well, I guess they were too scared of my overwhelming potential. Guess it's time to deal with the fodder. You know the drill by now. Hit enemies, throw Goofy, ride a teacup, learn Blizzard, more cutscenes. So for the third or fourth time, I recommitted to getting Roxas to move out of my flat, and the guys were very supportive of my decision. Wanna know how?
You betcha!
They subscribed to Benefactor Gaming. This gave them access to all of my videos, which are often filled with sometimes useful tips and very unnecessary sarcasm. If you'd like to see more, I'd love it if you joined in on my crazy adventures and subscribe. So we moved to return to Twilight Town, after briefly getting stuck between a couple of trees on my water ride. We made it back just in time to be cornered by another final boss. Nah, I'm just kidding. Turns out the chef of a new bistro baked me a cake.
It's not a cake, but a tart of fruit.
Everyone keeps correcting me today. And it also turns out that it's the rat we saved in the woods. Neat. He realized we were useful, so we were forced to collect ingredients for him. Thankfully, all I had to do was what I do best, raid the locals. I'm not kidding. This guy just left his Chinese food takeout box lying right there, and everyone knows that those make the best leftovers, so they're mine now. It's not my fault they leave food unattended for me to take all over this town. I returned to deliver my spoils and had yet another nice chat with my private investigators. We were so excited for the future. I mean, 2 final bosses ran away in terror. There's no way that'll be a problem later. Since we went through all that effort to acquire these ingredients, the little chef decided to continue using me for manual labor. I tried to figure out best how to show you how that went, but in the end, I think the best I can do is just show you exactly what happened. Amazing. It's time to set off again. Roxas won't move out by himself. We took a brief detour back to Thebes to check out how the rebuilding was coming along, and ended up repeatedly sliding down the stairs at the whim of this sentient pudding. This game is absurd. Anyway, we flew off towards whichever world we were currently allowed to, which in this case was the one with the lowest enemy level. Using the great secret art of editing, our trip took no time at all, and we arrived... of course. There's always something. Should we talk about the fact that this thing just placed a barrier onto an entire world, and our immediate response is just to shoot it a bunch? Is it weird for me to think about that? Well, this fight really is only about dodging and shooting, so there's nothing to get too deep about. All you need to know is that it only took 2 minutes and 30 seconds according to the in-game timer. Now we were finally free to progress towards our chosen world. The world of Pixar, also known as the Toy Box. At which point, we were immediately bombarded with an advertisement. I'm not kidding. This is a full-length game trailer that lasts for over a minute about a game that isn't real. That's how they had introduced this. That's how they introduced this world to us. Why is this so epic? Can we talk about the amount of budget that went into making a video for this fake game? Is this what happens when you give Square Enix access to Disney's budget? Look, it's made by them and everything. They knew what they were doing. Well, that's done with. But man, everything looks really weird right now. I mean, who makes a bedside table that big? Wait.
Oh my gosh! Have we been shrunk?
A letter?
Yep.
To Sora?
Technically, yes. But I won't send it. It's more for me.